Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. I got these new headphones. Toga got them for me. I feel like a video gamer. Anyway, this is a collective coffee. Good morning. It is Friday, August August something. 11th. Anyway, I just want to get on here and talk about some of the things I'm seeing on TikTok. I mentioned them the other day on Collective Coffee, but I didn't really go into shit. So a lot of people are talking about this hyperinflation that's coming because a lot of countries are like switching over through a BRICS system of currency. And so the United States dollar is going to like hyperinflate even more than what we've already been seeing. So that's super concerning. I'm not an economics person. I'm just sharing what I've seen and what some folks are, talking about. So I'm gonna keep telling you, get some shit for your families, get some food, rice, beans, things that water. Make sure whatever food you have, make sure you have enough water to cook it as well, in addition to drinking water. It feels like things are gonna get even harder. And that doesn't even, go into what these other countries are planning for the United States. I think a lot of folks are already speculating that people are here and have been here. Um, like the trains and things we've talked about. But Woodstock chewed it up. Anyway, I think on top of like the crisis that we're seeing in Hawaii, the wildfires and just shit that's going on. There's flooding, there's volcanic activity all over the world. And I think I saw, was it Iceland or Greenland? One of them had a volcano. Um, shit. Um, yeah, shit's getting pretty crazy, pretty intense. Just want to reiterate the fact, like, how important it is to just make sure that you and your family are comfortable. There's also been a spike in COVID again. So I want everybody to remember back in 2020 when COVID started and like the, the absolute chaos that ensued, the toilet paper shortages, everything like that. We're going to be seeing that again soon, I feel. Some people already are, especially on top of all of these climate crisis that's happening. Politically, it's just a fucking mess. So I just want everybody to be paying attention. I think I'm very concerned. I mean, I've been knowing that the US dollar was going to collapse. But like, I don't think any of us have ever lived through that to the extent that it's going to be. So I don't know if we can prepare. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, but you gotta take care of shit while you have an opportunity to. I think that, but yeah, there's like flooding happening, earthquakes, these wildfires in Hawaii. Shit is like insane. Prayers for Hawaii for sure. They don't deserve that shit. And it's because of, the extraction of resources that tourism has caused. Like the land itself doesn't have enough to provide for that much, for that many folks. And so people have just completely extracted the islands of their natural resources and ability, and the locals have been suffering. Locals have been begging folks for years to stop fucking coming. I want to go to Hawaii so bad and I won't because the natives don't deserve that. And I think that can go for any other island community or vacation spot as well. There are, what else? I saw something else the other day that I wanted to talk about. Oh, Peru. In Peru, there's like been a shit ton of alien sightings. So shit's like getting really weird in Peru. Don't put rocks on those, please. Stop it. Thank you. Um, so I don't know what's coming. I mean, it's already here, But like in regards to like how it's going to affect all of us and like each of us in different ways, or like when is our turn to experience something. I will say a few weeks ago I was outside at nighttime and we live right by the train tracks, and I heard this insane, it sounded like a derailment, it sounded like a crash. And at that time I had like taken everything out of my car prep and like moved shit around, but like had it in the house. And so I was standing outside listening to this like crazy metal on metal, like screeching, booming sound. And I'm like, oh fuck, it's our turn. Here we go. And at that moment, I had nothing prepped. My car, I had taken everything out of my car. I was like, my shit is all over the, hi baby, all over the place. So since then, I've re-prepped my car, with everything in case of an evacuation. And I don't think it's far-fetched because look at what happened. I don't want to use Hawaii as an example because it's so different. People were having to jump into the ocean, but we've seen this in the past few years with California and Oregon and Washington during fire season. People having to evacuate. New Mexico right now, folks are having to evacuate for fires. It's not a bad idea to get your car ready for an evacuation. So I highly, highly recommend that. Have an like do a car camping setup, okay? Have everything you would need to do some car camping, because in a situation of a mass evacuation, you're gonna have, you know, depending on where you are and where you're fleeing and where you're going, there could be millions of other people doing that too. We've seen this for our whole lives with hurricanes and catastrophic weather events, but those weather events are, you know, crazy now. So please do what you can to prep, at least feel safe and comfortable in what you have, especially if you have kids. You have to do this for your children. I got a whole bucket full of snacks in the car, snacks and food and all of his comfort food and things that he likes, enough for probably a week. A lot of people say 72 hours, but you know, why not just prep it while you have it? Just do it. Just go to the grocery store, get a couple things, especially before this dollar goes cray even more. I mean, I've been talking about this for years, so if you haven't prepped and you're at this point with this with inflation, you know, maybe check out some bulk items that might, you know, whatever. But I just think that things are going to get real bad real quick. I recognize that they already are. I mean, the fact that we're seeing just back to back things. But here in America, we tend to really have this ethnocentric view of the world, right? That you know, if it's not happening here, it's not happening, you know? And so I really want to encourage folks to also look into the things that have been happening other places. It's not hard. Just get on TikTok and scroll for a little bit with some hashtags. But yeah, places are flooding. There are earthquakes, crazy volcanic activity. Also, I'm a spiritualist, so I pay attention to like tarot readers, and a lot of tarot readers have been, you know, spot on in their predictions. One of my faves, Kiara, Southern Mystic, on YouTube, just had a few readings that have talked about Yellowstone, and like a 9.0 magnitude earthquake happening that sets off Yellowstone. And if you know anything about Yellowstone, you know that it's far overdue. But, so I just want you to pay attention. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking you to pay attention, and, you know, channel that fear into action. Get yourselves ready. You know, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's what, like, when that train situation happened, I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And it wasn't, I don't even think I finished that. It wasn't a derailment. There were no emergency vehicles. I don't know what it was, but it sounded like a fucking train derailment. It was so loud. it was just like metal screeching and loud booms and shit. And I'm like, oh fuck. And it was dark, so I couldn't see anything. Like, I can't see the train anyway, but you know, like when we saw the East Palestine train, we saw that big mushroom cloud. So I mean, I couldn't see shit, but apparently it was nothing. But yeah, that really got a fire lit under my ass. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I tell everybody to do this, and then I'm not even ready, and it's like our turn. You never know. The moral of that story is that you never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen. And because of what we're seeing at, you know, both a political, geo-economic, I don't know, everything is fucked up. So just get yourselves ready. Do what you can. I know I've talked about this a little bit before, but my present self works with my past self to avoid things that I've been through, and that's why I prepare for my future self. You know, and as a single mother, I don't have that cushion that a lot of people with 2 or more or close family members have. So that's why I really do all this, and I know I keep caving my ass on here and telling you shit sucks, get ready, but shit sucks, get ready. Like, so yeah, I just encourage everybody to keep up on everything. It's crazy. I know you're exhausted. I'm exhausted. But that's the thing about being prepared, is that if you're already tired and experiencing, you know, secondhand collective energy from what other people are going through, then you definitely, if it happens to you, you definitely want to be prepared, because that energy and adrenaline is going to be really, really important to your survival, like legit. So, that's Collective Coffee. Shit's crazy. He's just hungry. He didn't eat anything. And I'm gonna let y'all go. I just wanted to get on here, continue to build in your community, or with the people in your circles. Continue to, you know, support and help other folks in the ways that you can. I've mentioned this before. It feels like if you don't have that tight-knit community, or people around you that you trust, it's, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how people are going to react. I mean, people have to feed their families. And so shit could get fucking real, you know? I don't want that. I don't want, you know, violence at that level, because the state is really responsible for this. And what's happening is violence from the state. I want people to remember that. And I think that's something really important I saw with this conversation about the Alabama brawl. Was people kept saying, I don't condone violence. I don't condone violence. I fucking do. Because the state is always violent. White supremacists are always violent. So when we start to think about these different frames, you know, and like the scale of violence and state violence, what's happening to the earth right now is a combination of the earth being pissed off and telling these motherfuckers, but like the earth is cleansing, but people are going to be lost because of that. So you need to take care of earth. Earth is our mother. Everything that we need is on this planet. People have taken advantage of that and colonized and capitalized on the earth, when really earth is free and like available for us if we continue to take care of her. So I highly recommend, you know, grounding, which I've mentioned before, but also just paying attention. And yeah, the violence that's happening is happening because people can't survive and people can't live like this. And, you know, and then it just, that conversation is just like, you know, individual violence. And it's the same fucking model that I did my master's work on. And like, mental illness would be a whole hell of a lot less if people didn't have to survive in this system, if people had their fucking human rights met, you know. So we're going to be seeing more psychosis. We're going to be seeing more mental health problems, which we've already been seeing escalating throughout COVID because of the isolation factor. And because of grief, you know, people have lost lives, people have lost loved ones, people have lost routines, everything that they know. So we have to continue building. we have to continue building. So continue building, continue preparing, and continue paying attention to what's going on, you know. And I really thank all of you. Collective Coffee has really hit off, and it's just me chatting. But I really like doing this. I really like, I like seeing how many people are viewing this. Collective Coffee has definitely been my most viewed series, so I'm grateful for that. And I hope that you guys are okay. Like, shit's really crazy. But you know, we are at war, and I think acknowledging that we're in war times, which in America we've, you know, low-key been at war, especially oppressed folks forever. And so especially if you're a white person or a privileged person watching this, we're at war. And I, you know, within this country, and very soon, you know, the nations outside of us are coming for America in different ways. So jump on it. Man, they're playing this song. The middle school is playing this song. Alright. Oh, I got my headphones in. You can't hear it. Okay, sorry. Alright, it's Jump On It. They're playing 90s. Alright, y'all. I will see y'all later. Yeah, have a good one.